Hi there. Today we're going to be looking at scopes and closures in JavaScript. I wrote a blog post about this, for which I will post the link in the description. The aim of this whole video is for you to understand what scope and closure really means in JavaScript. These terms are used quite often, and if you don't know exactly what it means, you get very confused, and it's really simple actually. Let me open Visual Studio Code, and so here I have written this code for a previous video that I couldn't edit for some reason. This is my first video, so I decided to make it again. So we're going to code from scratch, and I'm going to go through this. This variable is just an immediately invoked function expression, so this will get run immediately if you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, I'm gonna write one blog post about ifs too, or you can just Google them. They're really simple. All they are is that in JavaScript you have seen functions like this, like a. So wouldn't that be cool if we had a shortcut for this thing? You define the function and then you run the function. So instead of this line number 16, we don't have to do this. We can just wrap it like this. And there are some other uses that I'll talk about it in another video, hopefully. So here, what I've done is I've created a variable called cache. And the cool thing about this is that everything that is before this line gets run only once. I can call this function as many times as I want. This variable will be created only once. So in this function, what we're going to do is we're going to try to make a fake DB call and then use caching to reduce the number of DB calls that we are making. Here we go. So here what I've done is I've created an if statement that just says that, okay, if you find what I'm looking for in the cache object, just give me that and return. Don't do anything else. But if you don't find it, then go to the database, find what I am trying to find, in this case occupation, save it to the cache object, and then return. So here the cool thing is that you have access to the cache variable. The cache variable is defined one scope above this, but you still have access to it. But the even cooler thing is I do not have access to the cache variable here. So it is private with respect to the global scope, but I can still access it here. So the cool thing about this code is when I call this function with a person name, let's say John, what will happen is that the cache variable will be declared, but this will happen only once. And then I will come here, the person name will be John in this case. There is nothing in the cache object, so I will get it from the DB, I will save it to the cache, and then I will return the occupation. But what if I call it again? If I call it again, then I will just come here and I will find John in the cache, so I will just return it from there. So in this way, no one can reset your cache object, because cache is private, you cannot access it from here, and you get the additional benefit of caching. Where's the scope? Where are the closures? So here I'm going to explain scope real quick. Scope is like a home. Every function has a home. So we have one function here. This is one home, and inside it there is another function. So you can think of it as a room inside a home. Everyone in the home has access to the rooms inside it, but the home is always locked, so no one from outside can enter the home, but you can exit the home. If I have a variable a over here, I have access to the variable a over here. I can access it, but I cannot access this cache variable outside. So you can always go out of the home, but you cannot go in the home. You can go in the rooms from the home. So cache is defined here. I have access to cache here, but this occupation is not available anywhere other than this function. So this is scope in a nutshell. It's really simple. To understand closures, just know that every function can have some properties attached to it. In this example, the cache variable is in the scope of this function, but getOccupation has created a closure. It has created a four-sided wall, like a home, from which things can see outside, but nothing can enter from the outside. So I cannot access this cache variable and do this. It will throw an error. It will say, I do not know what cache is. Cache is not defined because I cannot poke inside this closure. So functions in JavaScript create closures. So when you return functions from functions, you are following a paradigm called functional programming. Functional programming is just playing around with functions, returning functions from functions, passing functions to other functions, creating closures, taking advantage of scope. This is a very, very good example that will teach you what scopes and closures are, and plus it teaches you how to cache your applications. I hope this was useful. If you like what I'm doing, please comment and press the like button, or if you really like it, then why not just subscribe. Bye bye.